Welcome back to the Shepherds campaign for Freespace 2 here on Paladin Gaming. We're going into the 5th mission, Scavengers. Dear my. Rumor has it that a major defeat happened in the nebula, and the Ionia is being deployed there to assist with getting our people out of Dodge. The fighting has reached Capella again, so whatever happened out there can't be good. We've already left Capella, and the Admiral will be making an announcement before we leave Gamma Draconis. I hate to admit it, but I think this deployment is starting to take its toll on me. Nothing that I've experienced before is comparable to the constant grind of the past month. We had a tempo going with the NTF, but ever since Bosch made his mad dash to Gamma Draconis, the Ionia has been on continuous call, whether it be dealing with the NTF remnants or escorting evacuation in convoys extrasolar. With her engines nearly burnt out from the stress of repeated jumps, she'd been forced to undergo emergency repairs at a shipyard here in Capella, yet we were still being sorted to deal with whatever problems Command needs fixing. We've got half a dozen fleets parked in this system, yet it feels like we're the only ones doing anything out here. Of course it would be us they'd order forward, huh? I was rewatching some news clips last night from when the NTF surrendered. It's hard to think how so much has changed in so little time, from jubilant crowds filling the streets of worlds across the Alliance, to this sense of dread that lingers in the air no matter where you go. You can hear pilots and crew persons muttering under their breaths about High Command's folly in the nebula, the GTVA staying in a place where we have no right to be and only inviting destruction upon ourselves. I try not to think too much about these things, since it's not our job to do that, but now I can't help but feel these same feelings too. Still, we gotta hold on to hope. Capella is a fortress, and that's not taking into account the Colossus. We've had decades to prepare for this, and I think we can hold the line no matter what the Shivans send our way. It's only been 6 weeks since they returned, and we know more about their tactics than ever before, as well as gaining valuable combat experience. The rebellion broke out. Despite everything, the combat experience. The Silverbacks are one of the best squadrons in the 2nd Fleet, and my flight leader and I have fought together since the rebellion broke out. Despite everything, though, I just want to come back home and be with you again. I can't promise I won't do something stupid out there. I have a nickname to live up to, after all, and I've always wanted to get close and personal with one of those alien bastards. But I can promise you that, as with each deployment, I will come home from this. I will never renege on this promise. Always faithful, John. The Nebula, GVD Memphis, 11th Battle Group, July 17, 2367. Welcome. To the attention of all officers and crew of the GVD Memphis, this is Admiral Nekba speaking. I would like to first wish a warm welcome to all pilots and crew persons displaced by the Shivan offensive. The Memphis is a proud ship whose crew have faithfully served both the Emperor and the Vasudan people with honor and distinction, and your presence here will not only strengthen our reputation within the Alliance, but will cement the 11th Battle Group standing as a premier GTVA frontline unit. From our battles with the rebellious Neo-Terran Front and Alpha Centauri, Sirius, and Regulus to our recent operations here in the Nebula, our battle group has proven time and time again to be capable of tackling any challenge put before us. We now face our greatest challenge yet, our very survival. Sorry, I had to get my ringtone off. Forgot to do that. Allied retreat. In the past 24 hours, we have gone from being on the cusp of securing this frontier of space to witnessing a full-scale rout of Allied forces from the Nebula. We have lost the GVD Psamtik, the GVD Amunet, the GTD Ionia, and numerous other vessels to this renewed Shivan onslaught. The death toll is estimated to be over 50,000, with thousands more missing in action. In addition to the discovery of a second Sathanas-class juggernaut, recent operations in the Nebula have encountered at least 6 additional Shivan destroyers and dozens of previously unreported corvette and cruiser-class warships. One of these warships, a Ravana-class destroyer designated the SD Andromalius, is a cause for growing concern, as it is directly responsible for the destruction of 11 Allied warships, including the Amunet and the Ionia. With our beachhead at the node lost, all Allied units remaining in the Nebula are effectively trapped behind enemy lines. All attempts by the Memphis to contact command have failed, suggesting that the Shivans have struck our communication relays in either Gamma Draconis or Capella, severing our link to the rest of the Alliance. Before we attempt to escape the Nebula, there are still 2 objectives here that must be completed. Our first objective is to render necessary repairs to the Memphis ahead of a push through to Gamma Draconis. A recent offensive operation that bought time for the safe withdrawal of many Allied assets came at the cost of our photon beam cannons, which were finally spent during our victorious but intense engagement with the SD Ashimu. Although we are escorted by our comrades aboard the GVD Memphis and the GVD Shu, who have served faithfully alongside the Memphis since the formation of our battle group, we will need the firepower of our main guns to ensure a safe retreat to Capella. Intelligence has pointed us to a number of cargo depots far behind the Shivan advance, which may contain the parts necessary to bring our guns back online. Secondly, we are aware that thousands of Allied personnel remain stranded in the nebula outside of our small fleet. It is our obligation as officers of the GTVA to spare any available resources to find them, to shepherd them back safely to Allied space. All squadron leaders are to report to quarterdeck, where we'll brief your squadron's orders. Sa Vasudan and Sa Terra. Scavengers. Greetings, pilots. Welcome to the 36th Orbos-Gak Squadron. I am Commander Frim, the squadron commander. This squadron has served the Imperial Dynasty well for many a season since its upbringing aboard the PVD Guardian. The 36th have faithfully served the Vasudan people at our most desperate times, from the battlefields of Antares at the height of the 14-year war, to the carnage that consumed our space during the Great War and along the Alpha Centauri-Sirius-Deneb line in the recent NTF conflict. Named in honor of a fierce species of predators from the northern ocean of Vasuda Prime, we are one of the few named squadrons in the Vasudan half of the GTVA, having earned it through hard-fought successes. With the decommissioning of the Guardian in 2365, we have come to call the Memphis our home. Your presence will surely add to this squadron's prestige. Allow me to express my condolences for the loss of your flagship. I had the privilege of serving aboard the Ionia as part of the officer exchange program at the onset of the rebellion. Admiral Ranov was an officer who worked tirelessly to maintain the bond between our two species. They will be missed. As you know, our fleet will be making a run for the Gamma Draconis node. However, our current state leaves much to be desired, and our chances of successfully returning to Capella are minimal unless we can bring the Memphis's guns back online. With Shivan attention focused towards Capella, we find ourselves in a unique position to solve our current dilemma. Scouts have reported that at least 5 Allied supply depots lie intact, with light Shivan presences confirmed at or near these locations. While the Memphis will continue to serve as a rallying point for scattered Allied units, multiple fighter wings will be launched to attack and destroy these depots. The Admiral intends to make this a very visible operation that will hopefully deceive the Shivans as to our real goal. At the center of our operation is Supply Depot 15. Unlike the other depots, we will not be destroying this one. This site was constructed by the 13th Battle Group to support Allied offensives deeper into the nebula, and according to logistics logs, a pair of cargo containers carrying photon beam parts had been delivered to this location a few days ago. The defense force at the depot was wiped out in a Shivan attack several hours ago, and if the other depots are an indication, we suspect this one to also still be intact. Alpha Wing, you will be entrusted with this mission. Your first objective will be to secure the area of any Shivan fighters. Once all hostiles are down, you must scan the containers to locate the parts. Do we have freighters available? Once these are located, the Memphis will then deploy Sigma 1 and Sigma 2, I guess we do, to recover the cargo and haul them back. Because we only have 2 freighters available, we will deploy only one at a time to maximize survivability. Protect these ships at all costs. If possible, we may redeploy Sigma to retrieve other essential cargo such as medical supplies. You will be relieved for that phase of the operation, however. Because we are trying to draw Shivan forces towards other engagement zones, your wing will be the only one sorted in your area of operation during the main phase of the mission. Beta Wing will be deployed to secure the area should further recovery of supplies be viable, but only after we have recovered both cargo pods. Be warned that the Shivans will become suspicious of our intentions at this depot when they realize we are not attacking it. A survivor from the 251st, Lieutenant Nahibu, will be joining Alpha Wing from now on. I believe you have flown alongside him in a previous operation, and based on your performances thus far, I feel he would benefit the most from flying in your wing. One last thing, while receiving a heavy influx of survivors to our hangar base, the fighters that you arrived in were damaged and have been deemed dangerous to fly without proper repairs. Fortunately, we have a number of Seth-class fighters modified for Terran use that are still space-worthy. You'll have to make do with these craft while our other fighters are being repaired. Good luck out there, pilots. Primary objective is retrieve beam emitters. Alright, Seth's it is. Don't have trebuchets, so we're doing this the hard way. I really don't like the Seth's gun placement. Well, that's what we got, so let's hit it. Memphis Alpha 2 here, picking up contacts ahead, most likely Shivan. Received Alpha 2. Secure the area quickly and ascertain the status of the depot. Memphis out. Alpha 4 here. It is an honor to fly alongside the three of you again. I was most impressed during our last sortie together. I'm trying to remember who you are. Really? The mission where we left over 700 sailors to die while we just watched? There's so much to be impressed about that's for sure. My apologies, Alpha 3. I didn't mean to offend you or the brave crews of those ships. Hey, knock it off and focus, pilots. Hostiles now on scope. 4 Maras. Roger, 2. Get ready for top countermeasures. Evaded all of them? Okay. Shivan freighters and warship and destroy them before they're concealing in the containers. Alrighty. Alright, you guys do that, I'll handle the fighters. How about that? That sounds like a plan. Jake wants to talk to one of the student tanks, we're making you run for it. Well, I told you to kill it! Good shooting, Ares wing nullified. Alright, you. Ah, man, we lost the container. So yeah, we can destroy them. They're getting increased on our watch. The area is clear. Alpha 1 and 2 proceed to scan the cargo containers. 3 and 4 overwatch. Roger that, Memphis. Come on, Alpha 1. Let's find those parts. Hope they're not what we just lost. Molybdenum plating. Beam emitter parts. Bingo, container 230-8094 holds spare beam emitter panels. Cable. Medical supplies. Munitions. Water. Looks like container 0155-9255 is fresh parts to replace the Memphis' beams. Alpha to Memphis, we found both of the mission containers. What signals ETA? Excellent work finding those containers, Alpha. Signal 1 and 2 are on standby. We will deploy Signal 1 immediately. Their ETA is 3 minutes. Copy that, Memphis. Is there any chance of backup? I doubt this will go smoothly. Yeah, no. Negative, Alpha 2. The Admiral does not want to attempt further track further achievement attention to the depots. You'll have to complete the mission with the resources you have available. Just out. Alpha 3 about earlier. No, Alpha 4. You don't need to apologize. I'm sorry for the way I acted back there. I shouldn't have snapped you like that. All is forgiven. I'm of the understanding the GTVA Ionia with your whole ship its loss must be painful. Yeah, we lost a lot of good people on that ship. Most of our squadron, including, were elsewhere when it happened. Now I think we're the only ones from the Ionia still alive. Volley, Spades, Nugget, damn it, we should have been there. We're there. We watched them die. Water. It wouldn't have made a difference, Skips. It was a bad shit situation. Right now we got a lot of people counting on us to get them back home. Don't put that extra weight in your shoulders, alright? I know. As the only surviving pilot of the 251st Squadron, I made it my duty to do whatever I can to get as many Vasudans and Terrans back to Allied space. My father taught me that grief can be more than a burden, but a tool to achieve great things. Your father sounds like an inspirational speaker. He has a way with his words, that is for certain. Checkpoint reached. Break time is over, pilot. Scorpio wings on sensors burning right for us. Break and engage. There's only 3 of them. We got it. More Shivans incoming. Yep. Alright, going to the merge. Famous Mara drift there. Missed the button to make that ship fire. Oh well. Critical damage, don't failure imminent. Working on it. Bandit down. Signal 1 on station. Proceeding to dock the cargo container 2230-8094. Roger, Signal 1. We got your 6 covered. Manticore's incoming. Intercept Aquarius while they get within striking distance of that freighter. Come on. Wow, you're stubborn. All right. The document container are going to be operational in 30 seconds. We've destroyed Aquarius wing. Signal 1 now entering subspace. Excellent. Sigma 1 has jumped out with the cargo. Excellent work, Alpha Wing. Pilots, we recommend you rearm before Sigma 2 arrives. Working on it. What's the status on the other attacks, Memphis? Most of our assault teams have broken off their attacks because of Shivan reinforcements, but at least 2 other attacks are still in progress. How long does it take to destroy some cargo containers? Sounds like we still have a window to work with, right, Alpha 1? Let's see. Pilots, we're detecting some sort of activity vector to your area. Prepare for possible cruiser contact or multiple fighter wings. Oh boy. Copy that, Memphis. Buckle up, team. Looks like we're about to see some more action. I hope it's a cruiser. That's easier to deal with. Contact cruiser configuration, Leviathan class. Mayday, Mayday. GTVA Audacious Allied fighters need immediate fighter cover right now. GVD Audacious to the GVD Memphis 11th Battle Group. What's your status? Our status? Our whole plane is literally peeling off right now. We've been on the run for the past 8 hours and have only come across abandoned rally points and debris fields. Not to mention Shivans left, right, and center. Calm down, Audacious. We're sending you nav coordinates to our rally point. Is your captain present? Negative, Memphis. Captain Varana's KIA and most of the bridge staff is incapacitated. I'm taking command of the ship. Weapons Officer Masawa at your service. Audacious, we advise this location is currently not under our control and that Alpha Wing is currently undergoing an important operation. They will assist you if they can, but your gunners may need to fend for themselves. Did you get that, Alpha? Roger that, Memphis. We'll do what we can. We'll hang out with them until the freighter gets here. Thank you, Memphis. Your help is appreciated in any way possible. Alpha Wing will use your emergency drives to rendezvous with the fleet. The damage we sustain prevents us from assisting you with your mission. Departing in 2 minutes. We'll try to protect you that long, Audacious. Oh. I thought the cargo containers were something jumping in for a minute. Reading hostile indicators. Shit, Sagittarius targeting the containers and Leo bombers are going for the Audacious. Letting power to be defensive. We're one jump away from salvation. So Shivans got something to think about. I'll take care of the bombers. Y'all get those jerks. Bombers are down. Bomber threat nullified. Our ATD is 30 seconds. Oh shit, they're on the container. Alright, we got him. Audacious here. We're departing for the Memphis. Good luck with your mission, pilots. That was close. Thank you, Audacious. Have a safe trip. Oh, boy. Checkpoint reached. Sigma 2 exiting subspace now proceeding to retrieve cargo. Please provide escort for us, Alpha Wing. Looks like we're one step closer to getting out of this mess. Let's not screw this up. We'll try our hardest not to. Thank you. Reading hostile indicators. Incoming. Taurus Wind is going for the freighter. Oh, we'll go for Taurus Wind. Rear goes right interference. Someone can distract you. base. Dining plan secured. Departing momentarily. Oh boy. Man, I hate how HQs do this. It's not effective for them individually, but it helps you still for their buddies. Seeing critical damage off the... It's taking several hits to his armor. He did attack pilots. Attack plot clear. Get the hell out of here. These guys are charges right now. Pilots, we are deploying Beta Wing to relieve you. Exceptional work today. You may return to base. Oh, let's get out of here. Well, let's be left out here to face the destroyers. Something I didn't catch that. This needs to be voice acting.
For your excellent record of confirmed kills, you have achieved the status of ace.
Thanks, Petrarch. Welcome back, Alpha. You performed exceptionally. Exceptionally, I believe, in your first sortie with the 36th Squadron. Our engineers are already hard at work in getting our main beam cannons back online, and we can expect to have sufficient firepower to lead our forces back to Allied lines. Unfortunately, Sigma Wing was unable to retrieve more supplies as heavy Shivan reinforcements swarmed into the area. Beta Wing ensured that all cargo was destroyed before withdrawing back to the Memphis. The GTC Audacious arrived at our rally point safely. The crew of the Audacious sends their thanks for protecting them from those bombers. You also managed to destroy the Mephisto-class freighters before they could steal some of the cargo from the depot. Denying our enemy our technology is a top priority for the Alliance, and you fulfilled this priority while under heavy fire. Excellent work. Alpha 1, Admiral Nekba specifically requested for you to partake in an upcoming operation of great importance to the fleet. You will return to this briefing room in 1 hour. It seems your skills have not gone unnoticed, Terran. So, ace again. Great work saving the Audacious. This cruiser will be of assistance in a later mission. 18 total kills with 4 assists. 2 Tower V bombers, 2 Ashmas, 2 Astaroths, 1 Basilisk, 5 Manticores, and 6 Maras. So, this was Scavengers. The, 4th mission, I believe, of the... Yes, 4th mission of the, Scavengers campaign, of the, Shepherds campaign for Freespace 2 here on Paladin Gaming. This is Paladin Gaming signing off.